Good news, everyone. We got picked up for a second season. So we have Harry Potter and the, whatever the next bullshit he has to deal with is. Chamber of Secrets? Yeah, okay. Chamber of Secrets. Let's do this. I live for this shit. Chapter 1 is called The Worst Birthday, and I seem to recall a birthday in which Harry's aunt and uncle kidnap him and take him out to sea so as to thwart his entrance into wizard school, so we have a lot to live up to. And so the action opens with that dude Vernon Dursley, who is a shitty alcoholic uncle guy, and he's yelling at Harry about his owl. And Harry's like, the owl wants to roam free at night. And the uncle is like, fuck that noise, I know what happens when owls roam free. And then Dudley Dursley, the shitty cousin kid, lets out a really loud burp. That's literally what happens in the first page of this book. And that's supposed to be funny, I guess, because he's like a shitty fat kid, remember? Ha! Hilarious. And then Dudley is like, I want more bacon. And so he's like one of those normie bacon meme guys. Like, I can has bacon. A balanced diet is bacon in both hands. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy bacon. Like he's that fucking guy. And then the narrator literally describes him as Aunt Petunia's massive son. Massive son. Like the narrator is the fucking worst. And then the narrator describes Dudley's butt as draping over both sides of the chair. Seriously, this narrator is so weirdly disgusted by the body of this 11-year-old, and it makes me both sad and angry. Even just ignoring all of the socioeconomic factors that play into how much a child weighs, did this fucking author ever stop to think about what sorts of messages that her preteen readers would be taking from this tedious description of how physically revolting she finds this overweight child? And so then Dudley asks Harry to pass the frying pan, and Harry, who has apparently become a smarmy dick between these books, is like, oh, you forgot to say the magic word. Which he's obviously just referring to the word please, but then the fact that he says the word magic is like a real no-no in the Dursley house. And so Dudley is so shocked that he falls off his chair, and of course the narrator can't bother to let this pass without remarking on what a loud, thunderous crash this fat kid makes when he falls. And so then the uncle is like, I warned you about your abnormality, you fucker. And I think this is supposed to be a parallel of, like, coming out of the closet, I guess. But then the book talks about wizard blood and, like, having pure wizard blood. And, like, it gets really fashy with the description. But if that's the case, then this book is making a claim for fascism. It's not smart enough to realize it, but by buying into the blood drop dichotomy bullshit, it's framing things the way fascists do. Even if the book ends up being like, we should honor and respect even the people who don't have pure blood, it's still essentially erecting a framework that fascists use in describing why races should be separated, and the response to the fascist framework should be, yo, that worldview makes no fucking sense and has no basis in any kind of legitimate science or epistemology. Races are social constructs. They're not immutable, innate markers of destiny. But this book is like, yes, I agree that certain races are purer than others, but we should treat even the unpure races respectfully. So yeah, the book is fascist. Sorry, it is. And then the narrator does this narration that may as well just be like, previously on Harry Potter. It's like, Harry thought back to his first year at wizard school. He missed his friend Ron, his other friend Bossy Girl, the weird stupid guy who raised a dragon that one time, the weird sad kid who lost his toad. He missed the time he killed a troll, and the time Bossy Girl set Snape on fire a little bit. It's just a straight up three paragraph recap of the entire first book. So if you don't want to read the first book, there you go. Middle of book 2, chapter 1. You're good to go. Oh, and then the narrator describes Harry physically again, and the narrator compares him to the Dursleys and is like, the Dursleys are all disgusting pigs with no necks, And Harry is small and skinny and has unkempt black hair and a lightning bolt scar in his forehead. And then the narrator literally says that the scar is a hint of Harry's very mysterious past. Like, the narrator is just phoning it in. And then it lays out everything we already know about his past. It's like, this Voldemort dude tried to kill Harry when he was a baby, and then the fucking guy couldn't do it, and lost all his powers as a result, sort of. But he can still, like, attach himself to squirrely professors or whatever. And so then Harry is like, so these fuckers who I live with always shit on me, and today is my birthday, but they never do anything for me. And then the uncle is like, today is a really important day. And Harry gets all excited, and then the uncle is like, today is the day that I might make a really big deal at work. And so we find out some important people are coming to dinner, and the uncle is trying to sell them on some drill shit. And so the plan is like, Dudley will take their coats, and the aunt will be in the lounge to welcome them, and then Harry will be in his room sitting silently and pretending not to be there. What could go wrong? I bet it's the owl. And then the family, like, practices their compliments. Who the fuck does this? These people are psychotic. And then Harry goes off and, like, sulks and literally sings happy birthday to himself. And then he thinks about his friends at Hogwarts. And I swear, I'm not exaggerating, we get more description of Dudley being fat. And then there are also some eyes in the bushes, but then they go away. And then Dudley comes up to him and is like, I know what day it is. And Harry's like, congratulations on learning the days of the week. Sick burn. And then Dudley's like, no, it's your birthday. Did all your wizard friends forget about you on your birthday? And Harry's like, I'm going to do some magic just to fuck with this kid. And then he pretends to do some magic to fuck with him, and then the kid freaks out. And then the aunt tries to hit Harry with a frying pan. And so, like, major child abuse, possibly attempted murder. But then she just makes him do chores. She's like, I almost murdered you, now go wash the windows. And then after he's done with his chores, he, like, eats food really quickly. It's like a piece of bread and cheese or something like that. It's like, you know, sad kid food. And he eats that really quickly, and then he goes up to his room. But when he gets up to his room, someone's there already. And that's where the chapter ends. My guess is that it's just that anthropomorphic bush. And he's like, hi, I'm Bushy. I'm here to teach you about the planets and the solar system. And then he breaks into, like, an instructive song. And that's actually the rest of the book. It's just anthropomorphic objects coming to life and teaching Harry about science. That would be so much better than probably what it's actually going to be, which is literally just going to be a retread of exactly what happened in the first book. Probably.